So you've probably heard the term AI automation thrown around a lot lately, but what on earth does it actually mean? Well, that's what we're going to break down right now. No jargon, no complicated stuff, just a simple look at what it is, how it works, and why it's frankly a huge deal. So let's just dive right in. What is AI automation really? To get it, we've got to look at the two big ideas that make it up. All right, first things first. Before we even get to the AI part, let's talk about the first piece of the puzzle, just automation, plain and simple. So, what is automation at its core? It's really just about using technology to do tasks for us. But here's the key thing. It follows a super specific, pre-programmed set of rules. You can think of it like a really, really obedient robot that only does exactly what you told it to do. No questions asked. Yeah, so the big takeaway here is that regular old automation is all about repetition and rules. It's built to do the exact same thing over and over and over again, incredibly fast and without messing up. It's super consistent, but it has zero flexibility. A great way to think about this is like a single gear in a giant clock. Its job is to do one thing, and it does that one thing perfectly every single time. You see this stuff everywhere, right? Like the robots on a factory assembly line, or even the self-checkout machine at the grocery store. Okay, so we've got our simple rule-following gear. Now let's add the second, really exciting ingredient, artificial intelligence. You know it as AI. Now this is where things get interesting. Unlike that basic automation we just talked about, which only follows orders, AI is all about learning. It's software that can sift through massive amounts of data, spot patterns, and then make its own decisions or predictions based on everything it's learned. And really, this is the perfect way to put it. It's basically like giving a computer a brain. If automation gives the computer hands to do a job, AI is what gives it the brain to think about the job. So what's the big deal with AI? What makes it so different? Well, it's not just following a pre-written script. It can actually look at brand new information, figure out a problem it's never encountered before, and this is the really cool part, it gets smarter and better at its job all on its own, without a human having to go in and rewrite the code. All right, now for the magic trick. What happens when you combine these two powerful ideas? This is where automation gets, well, it gets smart. And this right here is the absolute key difference. A traditional non-AI system is totally rigid. If it runs into something it wasn't programmed for, it just stops. It breaks. But an AI-powered system, it's adaptive. It can look at a new situation, predict what's about to happen, and even problem solve on the fly. So let's circle back to that gear analogy. With AI in the mix, it's not just a simple gear anymore. It's a gear with a brain inside it. It's not just blindly following rules. It's thinking. And that, right there, is the heart of AI automation. Okay, so this is all pretty cool tech. I get it. But so what? What does this actually mean for you and me in the real world? Let's talk about why this whole thing actually matters. Honestly, the impact is huge. At the most basic level, it frees up human beings from doing the boring, mind-numbing, repetitive stuff. And because it's always learning, it can seriously cut down on the kinds of mistakes a person might make when they're tired or distracted. And, a computer system can work 24/7. It never needs a lunch break or a vacation. And this isn't just something for giant, faceless corporations. For businesses, yeah, it means things get done way faster, and they can make much smarter data-driven decisions. But for you, for us, it means we get our most precious resource back, our time. More time to be creative, to think big, or just, to do the things we actually enjoy. I guarantee you've run into this already. Think about customer service chatbots. I'm not talking about those clunky old ones that can only spit out pre-written answers. The new ones, the smart ones, can actually understand what you're asking and help you solve real problems any time of the day or night. Or how about your email? AI automation is the magic behind those tools that don't just sort your messages, but can actually understand them, give you a quick summary, and even draft a pretty good reply for you to send. And then you've got the really big stuff, like smart factories. The machines there aren't just putting parts together anymore. They're constantly analyzing their own data to predict when a piece of equipment might break down, which prevents massive, expensive delays before they even happen. And, of course, the one everyone talks about, self-driving cars. They're maybe the ultimate example of AI automation. They are constantly learning from the data of millions of miles driven by other cars to navigate tricky, unpredictable traffic situations as safely as possible. So when you strip away all the hype, that's what AI automation is. It's taking the tireless work ethic of a machine and giving it the smarts of a thinking, learning brain. The idea is simple, the execution is smart, and the impact, well, it's a total game changer. And that kind of leaves us with one final question to chew on. As these incredibly smart systems become a bigger and bigger part of our world, what's the one task in your life, big or small, work or home, that you would want to hand over to it first? Something to think about.